All right. Welcome back to Open Topics and episode 24. You're probably thinking, it's been a while since I did one of these. Well, because I didn't think of anything to talk about. We have a subtitle of this one Hot Takes. Yep, Hot Takes. Now, the thing I have. Hang on, let me see if I can find a thing here. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so here we're discussing something quite interesting. The fact that, well, the problem, the thing my hot take is basically this: that there are people who accuse a movie of being for somebody else, even though clearly it's this person's movie. Oh, it's really this person's movie. And my response is, what movie were you watching? I've heard this happen with two movies I've seen in theaters. This also technically happened with the Wear It by Night special, where that was accused of being a Elsa Bloodstone movie. Now, here's the thing. I haven't seen the Wear It by Night special, so I don't have an opinion on that one. First up, basically, is the Black Widow. Mm-hmm. Yes. Where, in the case of Black Widow, where this like it's clearly a Natasha Romanoff movie. She's the star of the movie. People say, "Oh, this is really a Liam Romanoff movie." No, it isn't. She is not the star of the movie. Natasha is. So my reaction to that news, like I said, what movie were you watching? Because that was not the movie I watched. I watched the action movie, not whatever bullcrap people tend to think of. And the movie was released, believe it or not, 3 years ago. Now, in the case of the other movie this happened with, was a movie that came out just last year. A movie called Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now, I should point out the black movie my dad and I go see it. We actually like that one. Excuse me. In the case of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, for this particular movie, I've heard people say that this is not Indy's movie, this is the New Girl's movie. Oh, and she's like new love interest for Indy. And no, that's completely untrue about the movie. The female protagonist movie is not his love interest. It's his goddaughter. Like, this person is like a daughter to him. Why in the world do they think this is a love interest? Makes no freaking sense at all. And people say, oh, him and Marion got divorced at the end of the last movie. Mutt's not here for reasons. Okay, the explanation of the Indiana Jones thing and his marriage with Marion is that they were separated. They weren't technically divorced. Not really. There was no mention of divorce. It's that she decided to live on her own, live in a separate place. That she moved out because she couldn't handle the grief of the death of her son Mutt, who got killed in Vietnam. And the thing is, maybe she was also upset the fact her son could give her a grandchild before he passed away. Maybe. It's just a possibility. But the only reason why Mutt was not in Dial of Destiny because Shia LaBeouf was not available. That was the reason why. And also, there was a lot of people who liked Shia LaBeouf's character. Yes, it's one of those movies where some people said Shia LaBeouf had no business being there at all. It's like, what happened to the actor from Holes? It's like, basically, a lot of movies he was in, he was making very poor decisions at the time. That's what I've heard anyways. So, why was he in the movie? Because he was not available. That's why. It was because of some dispute with basically like Disney or whatever. No, they had nothing to do with it. He just simply just was not available. And he probably chose to be there. Yeah. And also the fact that the new girl, people say, oh, it's her movie. Really her movie? Like, nope. That is not true. Completely, utterly not true. Simply put, here's the big reason why. When the movie opens, who's the first character we see that's one of the main characters? Why, it's Indiana Jones, of course. though it's a slightly older one, though playing one from the 40s, during events of World War II, but still, that's Indiana Jones at the start of the movie. This guy is a Nazi. By the way, not the first time he did that. He actually was the second time he did this. He also did this in the Last Crusade. He also did this in Raiders of the Lost Ark and in the Last Crusade. Yeah, where he disguised himself as a Nazi to go undercover. Now, this is nothing new for him going undercover as a Nazi. Because here's the thing. I think in the 40s, I think at this point, publicly, outside the movies, Indiana Jones is a widely popular pop culture icon. In the universe of the movies, he's known, yes, as a Tomb Raider. Well, basically somebody who goes to tombs and basically gets stuff in museums. But the thing is, he's in the movie, and the fact we see his whip, his hat, and by the way, does the woman take the whip and the hat and put him on in the movie? No! Not really. She's with him the whole movie, and sometimes she's against him, but I gotta point out though, it's not her movie. It's Indy's movie. Yes, they do point the fact he's old. Fine, because Harrison Ford is like 80. So, I get really ticked off. Sometimes, basically, people say that the actual star in the movie is not the actual star. It's somebody else. Or people say it's this character, even though it's actually this character here. Like, I think people write their opinion. Fine. But if you can say something like that, have some evidence to back it up. Do that, please. Don't just basically say, oh, this is actually this person's movie because basically this movie ended with that. In the case of Yelena, like, you think of that because basically she's leading the post-credit scene. And the whole point of that post-credit scene from the Black Widow movie, which, by the way, is after Endgame, by the way, all the post-credit scene does is basically set up her involvement in the Hawkeye series. That's it. That's the only reason why it's there. That's really what that was leading to. Not to a movie like the original where, oh no, that led into an actual show. Believe it or not. Indiana Jones, mind you, the movie ended with Indy back together with Marion. Yes. Like, this is like, oh, did she get killed off or something? No, they got back together. Movie's been out for a while, but still. Like, I had to bring this up because otherwise, though, other people might be thinking that I'm ignoring the complaints about certain movies where, like, people say that this is the real star, this is the main character, not the actual one the movie promotes. Sometimes the case, but in the case of Black Widow, Indiana Jones, Now Destiny, yeah, the one you see in the poster, that's the star in the movie. Not this side character, whatever. Where, like, all along was actually this person's movie. Like, whoever comes up with this particular opinion is a real idiot. Like, because the reason why I feel that way, because whoever says it really has no evidence to back up their claim. None. That is my opinion, I'm sticking to it. I know basically some people might disagree on this. Fine. That is perfectly fine. People have their own opinion. I have right to my own. And by the way, opinions, stuff like this, is protected under the very first amendment of the United States Constitution, known as freedom of speech, which means we have a right to our own opinion. Okay? And plus, stuff like movies are subjective. People have the right to their own opinion. Fine. But if you're gonna say that someone else someone else is the main character, even though that really this one's the main character, have evidence to back up your claim, and I might support it. Otherwise, no, shut your mouth. Okay? That's all I say when it comes to that. All right? I know the whole shut your mouth thing. Basically, I think I might be very disrespecting people, but still, do I think I might be doing more of these style for open topics for hot takes? Maybe. Just maybe. It depends on my view on it. But I wanted to do an open topic video for a long time, like another one. It's been like a year and like 4 months. Yeah, it's been like 16 months since I did my last video, so I felt as though I need to put out one, so here's this. So, next video, talking about Spaceship Center. Okay, next go. Bye.